Hey everybody, welcome to FabFit Friday. I hope everybody had a happy Father's Day. My chat, wait a minute, hold on a second. Am I going? I am live, but it's saying my chat is currently unavailable. So I don't know what that means. Let me check my phone. So I may not be able to chat with you. Am I going? I am live, but it's saying my chat is currently unavailable. Okay, I can see my chat. So I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I guess I can see the chat on, no. I can see my chat on my phone, so I will keep my eyeball on my phone if anyone's chatting with me. Something's screwy with my studio, but I will say that this is like how my whole week went. So I got home from Grand Rapids really late Thursday night, only to find out that my water bottle emptied onto my computer in my book bag or my backpack, and it didn't turn on. And then it took my husband, thank God, all weekend to fix it for me. So, you know, by the end of Saturday, I had it working again, because otherwise I would have had to buy a new computer. He saved all my things, and I was super excited about that. So, but that put me behind. So that's why I was not on FabFit Friday last week. So I apologize for that. Ooh, we have a pattern master from India. Welcome, welcome. Vikas? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but welcome. Hey, Carla, welcome. My chat's not working on my computer, but I can see it on my phone, so I'm just going to try to keep an eye on that. So then on Tuesday, I backed into my neighbor's car because he was parked right by my driveway, so I had to deal with that. And then on Wednesday, I went hiking, and my dog leash got wrapped around my leg, and my dogs pulled me down, and I hurt myself, so it's been hard sitting because I fell hard on my behind. So it's been a slow week for me. I can finally sit on my chair. As you can see, I'm sitting. So things are better, but it's been a little bit of a hot mess this week. Another thing that happened this week is I launched the J Stern Designs YouTube Insider Club. Now I just want to take a minute and explain what that is. There is a link to a landing page that has more information. It has a preview video for it, and then a link to register if you'd like to join me there. What this is, I want you to think about the J Stern Designs YouTube Insider Club as you're buying a textbook. All right, so it's one-time payment of $99, but it's going to be updated every month, and I'm including a monthly meetup. So every month on the last Sunday of the month, so this month it'll be June 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to have a meetup, and the link for the meetup is right in the club. So when you register and you join me in the club, it's set up like a course. So what I did was I organized all of my video tutorials by topic and order of operation. So for example, all of my FabFit Fridays are organized by project. So sometimes, like for example, this panty hipster project I'm working on now, a few weeks went by since I started it. So I started it on a FabFit Friday, then a bunch of weeks went by. So when I update the catalog next month, the second part of the hipster live stream will be right underneath the first part. So everything will be organized by topic, and then my fitting videos are organized by topic and order of operation. So if you want to see how I would sort of look at things as I was fitting, they're all in order, so you don't have to jump around. So it's a one-time payment of $99. It's updated every month. It's also includes a free, not free, but it includes a monthly meetup. And I'm going to do polls in there to ask your opinion in terms of future content. So I think it's going to be a really fun thing. The number one two reasons why I'm doing it. First, I've gotten lots of requests for some sort of catalog of my channel because it's hard to find things. And part of that is my fault, so I just want to apologize ahead of time. When I was working on this with my husband, I didn't realize when I make titles for my videos, I shouldn't be putting extra spaces or special characters, so some of my titles aren't as searchable as they could be, and we're going to work to fix that. But that was the first reason. The second reason is I don't get to see you. Like, you're here with me now. I have, I don't know how many, I have 13 people watching right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can see me, but I can't see you. So I'm really looking forward to getting to meet my subscribers during these monthly meetups. So that happened on Father's Day. We launched it at like 6 o'clock at night on Father's Day, and I am getting members. It's very exciting. So if you'd like to join us there, that enrollment is always open. I'm not going to have like enrollment dates. It's there for you whenever you want to join me. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's very easy to find my videos. Everything instantly downloads when you click the link for each topic. So you have everything. They're accessible by QR code or bit.ly links. So if you want to keep it on the computer, you can just click the bit.ly link, and then if you decide you want to, you know, print it out, you can scan the QR code. So that would be my little thing about that. I'm very excited about that, and I'm going to be working on a larger community that will come up the end of the summer, or later on this summer. All right, so now I want to get to my topic at hand here, my underwear project I'm working on. If you guys saw part 1 of this, I downloaded this pattern from Make Bra Shop, and I made up a pair, and you can see right here, just going to show you, here is how I got them to fit finally. And I'm just going to show you on my ditto form. You guys know that my ditto form is me, right? Like, it's literally my shape. So you can see these fit really nice now. I'm going to take them off my ditto form to show you some things. All right, so when I initially made these underwear, I printed out the extra large size, and the extra large size, oh, Jane is saying you don't want to see us. You don't want to see us, at least not me. Yes, I do, Jane. Yes, I do. It's so much fun for me. I'll tell you, when I go to larger sewing events, which are getting farther and fewer between, I really have fun meeting people who follow me on my YouTube channel. They'll come up to me and they'll say things like, oh, I watch you, da 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 da, or your videos have really helped me, XYZ. So I love to hear from you guys, and also you can bring your questions to that live. It's not just a chit chat session. I will help you with your fitting or your projects or whatever. So I think it's going to be very cool. Plus it will help you find things very fast. All right, so let me just show you here. I'm going to move these pieces out of the way. So you guys know this is the first time I've made underwear before, so I'm not a pro at altering it or doing anything with it, because this is literally my first pair. So initially when I made these, you can see here, I put big seam allowances. I was thinking, oh, I might need to let them out or whatever. And then, someone is Dash Zap is saying the link pattern is only small, medium, and large. Okay, so I will tell you, I've been in contact with the person who owns that website and made this pattern, and she told me that she updated the instructions, so she probably updated the sizing as well. I will tell you that when I downloaded it, it had an extra large size, and let me just show you. Let me just show you here what the pieces actually look like on the download. They come downloaded like this. Okay, and there are 3 sizes here. Oh, wait, it's small, medium, and large. Small, medium, and large. So I cut out the size large. Okay, I did the largest size, and it was huge. And I'm going to show you how huge it was. I have about a 45 or 46 inch full hip, and they were gigantic on me. So I feel like these underwear will stretch out to like a 2X or even a 3X size, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. But I was kind of excited that she made the instructions better. So, I mean, it's a free pattern, and I'm going to show you how to work with it here. So, you know, if you want to take advantage of it, you know, definitely download it. All the pieces went together nicely, so that's important. All right, so what I did was I laid a pair of underwear that I kind of like the way they fit on top of, you know, the pair that I had made. And when I measured the difference between the side and my side seam here, I had 1.5 inches on both sides, which means the size large was actually 3 inches wider than I needed for these underwear. So initially I was thinking, oh, I'll just take them in on the side seams. But you can see here what happens is if I take this in on the side seams, see how the front leg does this and the back leg does that? If I tried to take them in, they'd be really off, right? The side seams won't match anymore. So instead of doing that, what I decided to do was make 1.5 inch pleat here and 1.5 inch pleat here. And then I also made 1.5 inch pleat on both sides of my back. And then I tried these on and I am in love. They are so comfortable. I don't know that I'm going to keep them the rise quite as high. I will tell you that these underwear that I wear, that I bought that are Nautica underwear, I wish they were like 1 inch or a little bit higher, because, you know, I always feel like I have to pull them up over my belly a little bit, but I don't know if I want them as high, because if I line up the crotch with the crotch, you can see it's probably 3 inches, almost 3 inches longer. I don't know if I'm going to keep them quite that high, but I did manage to take them in, and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to transfer this to my paper pattern to get it to fit. And then I was thinking, you know how like there are underwear designs where you actually have seams or lace insets on either side, in front or in back? Like maybe I can play with that later, but for now I just want to make a basic pair. You can see that in the back I am going to have a little bit of a truing up issue. See how it doesn't match there? So what I'm going to do to fix my pattern is, hey Tana, welcome. I'm fitting my underwear today. All right, so what I'm going to do here is, let's start with the front. I am just going to make a vertical line. Just want to make sure you guys can see. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of this light, I think, so you can see a little better. Make sure it's super sharp. I'm going to go ahead and make a line that's parallel to my center front. So you can see I'm using my So Tight's magnetic cutting board, which I absolutely love. And by the way, I ordered their big 42-inch long by 24-inch wide mats. I cannot wait for those to come in. I'm so excited. I think they are going to be coming in soon. And I'm going to go ahead and just make myself a line right here. And then I'm going to measure 1.5 inches towards the side like this. Okay, so that's how much I need to remove from this pattern to get me to fit. Oh, hi Diane and Barbara, welcome ladies. Oh, thank you for joining me for the J Stern Insider Club. I really appreciate it. If anybody's coming late, I did talk about that earlier. There is a link in the description below if you want to join me for that, but I'm very excited about it. You're not very late. You guys don't have to apologize for being late. Oh, and Diane says it's hot and humid in North Virginia. Yesterday, it was death here. It was so hot and humid. I floated in my pool and it was like heaven, like, you know, after dinner. And today it's like a breath of fresh air. You can see my shade keeps blowing in and out because it's breezy. There's no humidity. So I hope that comes to you, Diane, because it is hot, hot, hot. Or it was yesterday, and it's going to be again, I think, next week. All right, so now I need my rotary cutter. Where did that go? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here. And then I'm just going to slide it in like this, and I'm going to get rid of that extra. Now you can see in the front, I'm really not, I really don't have a huge truing up issue in the front because it's relatively straight here. So there's my front. All right, now in my back, this is where I'm going to have a little bit of a truing up thing. But again, I'm going to put this so it's parallel. I'm going to draw my line parallel to the center back, which is cut on the fold, but still, that means, you know, that's the grain. So let's go ahead and I'm going to make it sort of in the middle here, like this. And again, I'm going to remove 1.5 inches. And you can see where there's going to be an issue. Oh, Barbara's agreeing me what a difference it was from yesterday. Oh, and Diane says it's a little better today. Well, I'm glad you guys have a little bit better. I mean, that humidity is what kills us, I think. All right, let me just draw this line right here. Okay, so I'm going to first get rid of the extra. So I'm going to cut on one. And I'm going to slide it in like this. And I know the difference is down here, so I'm going to keep the waist up here even because it's the bottom edge that's not straight. So I'm going to go ahead and just line it up here, and then you can see I have a little bit of a truing up issue to do here. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put, let me see, I'm just going to take a little scrap of paper that I have right here and stick it under there for now. Because I might want to use my ballpoint pen. I'm going to start here, you know, and I'm just going to kind of find the middle here, kind of, and I'm just going to extend this, and I'm just going to redraw this like this. All right, so I'm getting rid of some of the fullness. I did notice the back leg did kind of hang down a little bit, so I'm going to leave it like that. But then the other thing I'm going to check is I'm going to bring in my front, and I want to see what shape that makes. So I'm just going to fold back the allowance on this side like this, and I'm going to just stick this here like this. All right, so we can see that this still makes a pretty nice transition, right? So now, so where my front is, maybe I want it to be a little bit less of a bump, so I'm just going to get rid of a little bit of that like this, and then just do this. All right, so that's going to be the new bottom of my leg opening in the back. All right, because you want to have a nice transition front to back. All right, and I've gotten rid of 6 inches of ease on this, the width of this underwear, by getting rid of 1.5 inches in the back, but that's doubled because it's only half. I'm getting 1.5 inches, getting rid of 1.5 inches in the front. So that's how I'm going to fit this pattern. And actually, I'm just going to cut some of this extra off here. I'll just cut a little bit. I don't need to have that extra paper. All right, so now I think I'm good to go. And also, I can trim down my fitting allowances. Once you know you don't need them, you can trim them down. So I'm going to go ahead and trim them down. Let's see. All right, so we're going to do 3/8 inch seam allowances here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that and cut that off. And then I'm going to fix this one, make it 3/8 of an inch. Like this. Okay, excellent. All right, so now I've got my panty pattern all fitted. And I don't know about the height of it yet. Like I might reduce the rise a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is the first way I'm going to try to finish these legs, and I'm just going to do it on this sample one I'm working with. If you look at the leg openings on these underwear that I wear, all they did was turn the edges under. So you can see they used a cover hem and they just stitched it down. So I'm going to try that first and see what happens. And then here it's sort of a knit built on waistband. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do about the waistband. But first I'm going to try just turning the edge under. And to start doing that, I'm going to get my serger here and let's serge the edges. I'm not going to try to do a cover hem right now. I just want to see what happens if I turn the edges under. Okay, let me go get my serger. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, let me plug that in. All right, so I think the big takeaway is if you make the underwear and they're too big for you, take it in within the pattern. Don't take it from the sides because that will really make, you know, trimming up the leg a pain. Oh, so here's a fun thing. I forgot about this. My light bulb for my serger is broken. See, it flickers and then it stops. So I'm going to have to add a light here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to have to take it and get it loved up. So I'm just going to put this light on here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, let me just get my foot control. And I am set up for just a 4-thread stitch, so I'm going to leave it like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch around the leg openings, because what I want to do is I want to stitch all of the layers for the liner all together. So let me just get this to be a better view here. Wait a minute, let me just tip this up just a little. Get it like this. This will be better. And then maybe not as, so just back it up a little bit. And all right, I think that'll be a better view. And then I don't need me right over here. I'll move myself over here. All right, because I want you to be able to see what it is I'm doing. Okay, I think that's better. Let's make sure we're super sharp. Let me just use a thing. I just want to make sure. All right, and just make sure that's super sharp. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I am literally going to, well, first, just to get rid of this bulk, these are the pleats that I sewed in. So I'm just going to start by serging those off. So they're, you know what I mean? I don't have that bulk. Let me turn my serger on. All right, so I'm literally just gonna serge off these pleats. Now, how am I lining that up with my, something's happening here, hold on. Oh, one of my threads is not in position, hold on. Okay. I'm using the indicator ridge, which sits on top of the presser foot. See it right there? See those ridges? The second one in is where my left needle is, and that's how I'm lining it up. That's how I'm lining it up. So all I'm doing is just taking off the extra fabric. See, so I'm just going to run through, and I think I'll serge off these extra seam allowances too, just so it's not so bulky. So I'm going to sew these as if it had a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Oops. wanted to show you the pleats before I cut them off. That's why they're still on here. All right, I'm almost done with this part. Oops. All right, so see what I'm doing here is I'm catching more of the underwear than I meant to. So let me see if I can fix that. I'm going to start from the bottom. Oh yeah, I took off a lot up there. Well, that's all right. I'm just going to make it work. Oh yeah, look, I killed these. Oh my goodness. That's all right. Oh my God, now I'm doing it from the bottom end. Okay, I am totally massacring these underwear. Wow, that was impressive. All right, hold on. Let me just look and see what I did. All right, so this is the danger of working with a serger. If fabric gets caught underneath what you're doing, look what can happen. Get this up higher so you can see. Let me make it a little bit bigger. All right, so you can see what happened here. So what I did was I caught all this extra fabric back here. Whew, all right. Well, that's all right. What I'm gonna do, this is just a test pair, so I'm not gonna get excited about it. I'm just gonna cut like this. I just wanna get rid of this bulk. I'm just gonna sew this together and pretend that didn't happen. Oops. All right, let me just zoom this a little bit. Let me get this a little bit closer, a little bit sharper, and bring my light back down. I have to bring my serger into the repair shop for a little love up. Okay, so that was a disaster, but again, this is just a sample, so I'm not going to worry about it. But you do need to be careful, like if you're trimming things off, don't get caught. You know, don't let the fabric get caught under there, because that's what happened basically. But we'll still make them into underwear. There just will be, all right, so let me see. I think I just have one more. Yeah, I just have one more pleat to do. Hopefully I can do that one without incident. You know, so if you're ever sitting at home, oh, Jane is saying, good thing you're just us. I know, I just wanted to say to you, sitting at home and something like this happens, then just know you're not alone, because stuff happens in sewing. But you'll see, I'll be able to make this work. It'll be okay. All right. This is just a sample. And now it's an askew sample. Oops. All right, let me just show you what I'm going to do to rectify my little boo-boo here. So this is what happened, and it happened in the back, I believe. So see, my front came out looking pretty good, right? Let me move this out of the way and let me, oh, sorry. Yeah, my lighting issue here is not ideal, I'm sorry. Okay, so what I want to show you here is my, move this over here. All right, so you can see that my front still looks pretty normal. I didn't have any issue in the front, but in the back is where I had the problem. Look at what I did. I kind of got this really close. So to fix it, and just to be able to try finishing the edge, this is where it jogged off. So I'm literally just going to smooth this out and make it into a nice leg shape like this. I mean, it's not a nice leg shape for someone to wear, but I just want to make it into a smooth curve, because what I want to do is try working with this. So now you can see I've kind of created more of a high cut back leg here. So see how it kind of goes up higher. So I can still try what I was going to try. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this back, and I'm going to bring back my light so you can see. Lower this. Oh, Duchess Pear says my thoughts too, and Carla says, oh yes, I've done that. Oh, trust me, if you're sitting in your studio and you made a boo-boo somewhere along the way, just know that I'm right there with you, making them with you. So, you know. All right, so just to clean these edges, and this knit is, it ravels, or I'm sorry, it doesn't ravel, it actually curls. I'm going to just run my serger along the edge. Again, I'm literally just running it right along the edge, so it'll be easier for me to deal with the edge. Like this. I'm just gonna... Now I am cutting a little bit off because this is a sample. If I were working on my actual underwear, I probably would have tried to not cut anything off. Okay, so this serger is in dire need of a tune-up, so we're just going to give it all right, let me just take this out. Okay, so if we look at what we have here now, and again, I'm going to get rid of the oh, look at, I did the waist. So this is not a leg opening. So obviously, I'm sorry. Let me just finish a leg opening. Oh, you're strolling? Listening live while strolling Amazon Fresh. I love that, Pat. Multitasking. All right, let me finish one of these leg openings so we can try to turn the hem under. All right, let's try this here. I'm going to do the leg I didn't screw up with the pleats. Okay, let me just... Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think I need a new knife. I think my blade is a little bit, all right, so let's see what we have here. All right. I'm going to put this on the ground for a hot second here. I'm going to put this down here. All right, now we can look at this. Oops, let's see. Okay. All right, so now I have a leg. And by the way, I want you to know that I have underwear that I purchased in a store, you know, ready-to-wear underwear, that the only finish on the leg opening is a narrow, like 3-thread. So I feel like I'm halfway there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to fold this under like this. And I think what I'm going to do is use my little clips. And then just for simplicity, I'm going to just use a narrow zigzag on my sewing machine. I'm going to play with other ways to finish these leg openings. But for now, I'm just going to turn these under and see if I can get this to work. So I'm just using my clips. And one of the reasons why I like having that serged edge is it gives me a guide to how far I'm turning the edge under to keep it, you know, consistent. So that's why I like having a serged edge. And I'm going to move my little self over here now. Your serger sounds like it's working extra hard. Yeah, no, it definitely needs to go. You know, the problem is I never want to take it because I always need it. So maybe I will force myself to bring it and have it serviced. My sewing machine needs a servicing too. Like both of my machines need a love up. But basically, let me go ahead and just pin this up all the way around. Now after I do this, I'm gonna try it on late. I'm not gonna try it on now for you, but I'm gonna try it on and see if this leg opening is comfortable in my legs, because that's my #1 concern, you know, that it's comfortable. And let me get my sewing machine here. So again, I'm gonna just use a very narrow zigzag for this. And I've got white thread in there. Like obviously if I were making underwear, I would make it match, but again, I'm just trying to see if I can get this to work. I'm going to shut this light off now so it's not zooming. All right, and then let me get a little bit closer. Let me make sure we have a good sharp image. Maybe a little bit darker. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go to my zigzag and I'm going to make it really narrow, like 2. And then I'm going to stitch on the wrong side because I want to stitch right on the edge like that. So let's see what I have. You know, and again, like this is just me practicing or trying. I will tell you what my final answer is once I have more time to work with it. Hopefully I won't fall down or anything. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so again, I'm just using this little zigzag because it's easy. I'm trying to stay right on the edge. And I'm trying not to stretch. I don't want to stretch the leg opening out because I don't want it to, you know, get all, how do I want to put it, like ripply. I don't want to stretch it out of shape. So I'm trying to let it just feed itself. The other thing I'm going to try is doing a, maybe a, I'd love to try flat lock hem, but it's very narrow, so I have to play with that to see if it's doable. But for a down and dirty quick way, this may work, we'll see. And again, I'm just, you know, stitching along. I'm not being super careful because I just want to see if, it's comfortable. That's my big thing. You can see I'm not stretching it at all. I'm just letting it feed. I must be coming around to the beginning. All right, so here I am at the beginning. Okay, let's just see what we have. All right, so let's see. All right, so it's okay. I mean, it still has some, you know, it is still stretchy, not super stretchy though. I think I'm gonna have to play with that. I don't think I love it, but yeah, I don't love that. I mean, it's still pretty stretchy, but I don't know if that's going to be comfortable. I'm going to have to try it on. Also, I'm wondering if I can steam out some of that ripply. Let me see if I can steam out some of the ripply. Let me put my iron on. See, I really don't want to do elastic because I don't like things squeezing me. So that's where I'm trying to figure out how I can get away with finishing these edges without, you know, using elastic. I will get the answer, I promise. I don't think this is the answer, but I will get the answer. But I am happy with the way they fit, so that was half the battle. All right, get my iron here. All right, let's see. All right. I'm just gonna wait for my iron to heat up for just a second. Oh, stay tape in the seam will smooth the ripples. It would smooth the ripples, but it will also reduce the stretchiness. So it's almost like I want a stretchy leg opening, but I don't want squeezy elastic. I'm kind of a pain when it comes to my underwear. I'm literally, I gotta wait a minute more. I have my wonderful Oliso iron. I love this iron because see how the legs pop up when you let go of the handle? This iron is definitely Jennifer proof. I love it. Let me see, am I on steam? There we go. All right, the steam is steaming up. Let me just put some steam on here and see what happens. I'm not touching it to the fabric. I'm just steaming like above. So I'm just giving it some nice steam. And actually, that kind of flattened out most of my little ripples. Okay, so you can see now if we look at it from this side, all we see, and of course I did it the wrong way. I put it to the outside. I mean, I turned my hem allowance to the right side, so my seam allowances are face out. But you can see that's a pretty cute leg opening. See? It is laying flat. See? So I guess I'm going to just have to give this a try and see if it's comfortable. Because if it's comfortable, okay, you can see it's laying relatively flat. And if it stretches a little bit on my leg, right, it'll smooth out some more. So this actually might be a better option than I initially thought. This is what the inside looks like. This is what the right side looks like over here. So I am kind of happy with the way that looks now. But I think what's really going to happen is I'm going to have to try it and see if it's comfortable. That's my big thing with underwear. I don't like anything squeezing me, but also I don't want it riding up and I want it to stay in place. So it's a hard balance. Victoria's saying, how about elastic that they use in baby clothes? Well, that could be. Maybe just a little skinny elastic could work. And Carla says, I think they make bias tape, which would retain the stretch. You know, that is true. So Keezy makes knit stay tape. That is true. But also, this isn't stretching like I thought now. So I think, like, so you can see it is laying flat. Like I was able to steam out the ripples. So I may actually like that. I'm going to have to see. So that's that's all I got for today. I literally was limping around yesterday trying to, you know, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I am so relieved that I can sit today after falling because that was not a happy situation. So anyway, all right, so let's just recap. What we did today was we took in the underwear. Instead of taking it in on the sides, we took it in from within the pattern, and then I trued up the leg opening. Okay, so again, if you're working with the pattern that I have in the description below, definitely know that the size large that I cut out, I removed 6 inches on a 45-inch hip, so it is a pretty generous size pattern. You know, I always forget that when you're making something like underwear, you want it to, you know, you want it to fit, but it also needs to have negative ease because it's a negative ease garment. You don't want a big loose underwear underneath your clothes. Oh, Barbara says, oh no, I hope you continue to feel good. My dogs dragged me down. The leash was wrapped around my leg and they pulled me down and I fell really hard on my butt on my right side. That was on Wednesday. Today I can sit, so I think I'm on the mend. I'm going to make it. I'll be fine. But the last 2 days, I was literally trying to figure out what to do with myself. I spent a lot of time working standing up, and then I could lay flat. Like I went to bed at 8:30 last night because I was all done trying to be comfortable sitting, like even in the lounge chair downstairs. And also, my pool has freezing cold water in it, and I was able to float, and that really helped too. So I'll be okay. I just, it just, you know. My life is a series of action adventures that just happen consecutively. Like I'd love to have like a week where just everything goes as planned, nothing unusual pops up and everything just clicks along. That would be great. So maybe next week will be my week for that. So anyway, I will have completed underwear next week because now that I felt, when I put these on, I'm telling you, I was like, I wish you could try them on with me. They were so comfortable. So this fabric is, I got this at Fabric Mart a year ago, Beyond Yoga fabric. I don't know if she has that anymore, but it's light, it's breathable. So I really want to make a pair to actually test wear around for an entire day, maybe go hiking in it, maybe, you know, do my errands, see if I like it moving around. So I am motivated to finish. I'm going to try a few different ways to finish the edges. So I'll try a different method of finishing the edge on this other leg, and I'll try a third way around the waistband. So, because this is obviously not wearable because I killed it, but basically I'm going to try a few different other ways to finish these edges, and the winner will be in the final pair next Friday. And I'll go over all those details with you, and then it will be time to start a new project. So I'm thinking maybe some new shorts for summer. I think that might be my next project. So if anyone's thinking they want to make shorts, I think that's what's going to be up next. So anyway, I know this is a little bit of a quick FabFit Friday. I just want to thank everybody for joining me. If you have any questions about the J Stern Designs YouTube Insider Club, please post those below and I will help you. Or if you have questions about underwear, please feel free. Oh, Barbara says, some unlisted advice after a fall involving your back, you should always seek medical attention. And Victoria says freezing water helps bring the inflammation down. Yeah, you know, I agree with you, Barbara. I didn't fall on my back. I fell on my butt. And I think I just bruised my butt. Like, and everything like felt okay mechanically. Like I ended up hiking very slowly, even though I fell. So I did go for a shorter hike with my workout partner who was there in case I, you know, had a problem, but we went very slowly and I felt okay. I kind of like, I want to say stretched it out. Like I didn't feel like I had to stop, but I was kind of shocked the next morning when I got up and I couldn't sit down. So, but I mean, I am so much better today. So I think I'm okay. It's amazing like how tough I am. Like I can fall down hard and get up and keep going. So thank God the Lord made me that way. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so thank you. And thank you for joining me. And I will be here now. I'm not leaving for a travel event until the last day in July when I go teach my 3-day pants fitting in Nashville. So I'll be here for the rest of June and almost the entire month of July. So I'll see you every Friday now. You might get sick of me. But anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about underwear or anything else, just please post those below and I will help you. And I will see you next week with a completed pair of underwear. All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.